Okay, welcome back everyone. This is the continuation of our 351 Cleveland build. It is a flat top piston deal, hydraulic, flat tapered cam, 240 something at 50 to 80 something total duration. Compression ratio is up there a little bit. It's about 11.3 to 1. This is a 4-speed car, so we'll probably get a while a bit, and in future the customer will be converting it or switching it to an EFI deal, whether it be Holley Sniper or something else like that. So currently masking him up, ready for paint and epoxy. But before any of that proceeds, we give the outer of the block and cylinder heads a thorough clean with a solvent or methylated spirits. Basically we just spray it on, give it a brush, spray it again, and then let it dry, ready for paint. So here is our epoxy coat. This is a Protec brand, which is owned by PPG. It is a 4:1 ratio, and believe it or not, it is quite tricky to lay on because there is not one single flat surface apart from the side of that oil pan. We'll be using a process which is called wet on wet, which means there is no sanding or keying back in between coats. So after 2 solid coats, we'll let this sit for about an hour or 2, then we'll mix some colour up and throw that on. Colour we have chose is a factory Cleveland colour, or a factory Ford colour. It is called corporate blue or competition blue, depends on how you want to go. Paint coat is YO45. I personally feel this is one of the most gorgeous colours you could paint a motor. It seriously yells out, I'm a Ford and I'm here to crush the shit out of you. So now after 2 solid coats, we let this sit for a few days before continuing to assemble the motor and then install it in the vehicle. As you can see, there's lots of little intricate parts, and the most easiest bit is actually that oil pan there. In the cylinder head, there's lots of little areas which was quite hard to get and was quite tricky to mask up, as we don't want to contaminate the internals of the motor with paint. This is a 2:1 direct gloss, again Protec, which is owned by PPG, and the gloss results are astounding. Certainly makes an old style colour be brought to life. The vibrance and the clarity is it's really out there. Okay, so we're heading towards the finish line here. What we're going to do is button this thing up, knock in some freeze plugs or Welsh plugs here as we call them in Australia. What I like to do is get some Loctite just to help it and do a bead around. I'll see if I can do this without making a horrible mess. So there we have it, the completed job. In the bright sunlight there, looks absolutely fantastic. Customer has opted for a neutral aluminium. This is just a medium strength Loctite. Rocker cover and intake setup. Just a nice bead around the freeze plug there. Now you could use a socket, but I've got a piece of steel here that I've turned up to fit a snug fit inside, like so. And then we're just going to tap it with a hammer to drive it home. just like so.